Good morning. How are we doing? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. We are live. We are live. Live on the New York Stock Exchange. It's Friday. About to get after it. We are about to get after it. How about this pump, huh? ES, NQ. No reason to fade any of this move at the current moment in time. The question is, and here's the weekly candle so far. And we'll let people pile in here before I get into it. But real quick, drop a like on the stream. It's Friday. We're going to get into the analysis here in a second. Try to make sure my phone was on silent. Just took out previous week high on ES. So, NQ, not having a problem. Moving to the upside. YM still making lower highs. Daily chart wise, though. Nice candle 2 closure here for upside today. Confirmed it this morning. Here. I'm not looking to fade really. If anything, I'll just look to long the strongest asset, which is so far NQ. Right? Don't really want to long this. I want to play catch up and push this higher. But yeah, I'd rather just long strength. Short weakness. Don't really want to touch this at the moment. That's what I'm thinking. But you never know, like, we could hit these highs in reverse around the open. So, as always, it comes down to the open. I don't really see anything pre-market that I liked. This would have been nice to hop in on. I was asleep at 6, right? You look here on NASDAQ real quick. I'll get into it. 1 second. Got 10 a.m. news. Nothing crazy. Right here. Next week, a little bit more. We have federal funds rate, FOMC on Wednesday. Some stuff at 8:30, but not much besides interest rates. What would have been nice? It's a pretty clean setup right here. Would have been great, right? We came up, confirmed this candle 2 closure right here. Came down into this fair value gap right here. Retraced a bit. And then you put in this tiny imbalance here. Would have been sick is if got a piece of this, right? Because you have a candle 2 closure here. Then look to trade candle 3, candle 4 expansion, right? 5 minute. Let's go look at that. Realistically, you could have entered right here. Once we put in this protected low right here. So something like this. Is target the -2, you know? Target is high over here. I probably would have gone break even at that high. Right around here, halfway to my target. And then anything extra off this pump, right? Because you get this retracement here towards the end of candle 3, puts in this upper wick, and then we open again and just start pumping. So anything extra would have been, you know, icing on the cake. But you target these -4 projections. Maybe do a time-based exit on this candle. Whatever it is, right? You're longing into all-time highs now, past here. So that's where your fixed R multiple comes in. You know, just taking scaling profits into strength. And like if you're comfortable and you're seeing this big spike here after these down close candles are put in this tiny imbalance, maybe you do feel comfortable longing this, having like a 40 handle stop right here. And then trying to get something on the new candle 4. It's up to you. But this would have been nice if I was awake. So that's kind of what I saw pre-market. Besides that, nothing really. If you could look at the metals on the daily. Not the cleanest daily chart. Silver swept this external low yesterday. Gold swept it yesterday as well towards the end of the day. Right here. So doesn't really look like a clean sell-off. You know, you're kind of getting these pops just to sell off again. Pops, maybe to sell off again. That's gold. And you're not seeing continuation off this candle 2 closure or candle 3 closure right here. You know, we've kind of just disrespected this. So that kind of leads me to believe we'll probably head lower on gold. But I'm not really interested in gold today. I really want to focus on the indices. Oil, same thing. Inside day so far. I mean, look at this month right here. 6 days to the month the candle's closed, but we're back in 50% of the range. So that's the commodities that I trade. Looking at the daily profile, straight up. Straight up daily profile. That's the new daily profile. Because open, and there's not even a daily wick on this candle. It's kind of sketchy in my opinion. Good morning. Now here on ES, you kind of do have a daily profile, right? London reversal to the upside. Really just need to monitor how we react at these highs right here. That's going to be key, I feel like, for today. How do we react at these equal highs on ES? And that can give us some insight as to if NQ is going to continue higher or not. Because that's the one I'd like to long. But so far we've expanded, starting around 6 o'clock this morning. And we're in these imbalances now. So it's nice to have some kind of clean structure going into the morning open. With imbalances and highs and lows, right? You do have kind of a candle 2 closure here in the 15-minute, but this candle hasn't done much. So if anything, I want to see how we close. Yeah, all 3 in sync too, which is a good sign. Just why I'm being the weakest. Good point, Carson. But yeah, I'm not fading. I'm not gonna fade this run until it gives us a reason, right? The idea has been bullish for the most part this whole run. So yeah, no reason to fade. But ideally, I want to see how we form this 30-minute. You know, we still have 16 minutes until the open. Maybe we get a candle 3 closure up here and look for a 3-minute long around the open. That's a possibility. Or we could come down, sweep the low, and close back inside for candle 3 long. We'll see. Thoughts on YM? You have a lot of failure swings. That's for sure. To target. Right here. Kind of just looks like it's like coiling to move. That's pretty much my own, you know, what I see. This is a 4-hour chart, by the way. Like, look how messy it is. You really just kind of get lost looking at the 1 hour. Across the board, honestly. At least at least NASDAQ has some kind of direction. This thing's kind of just coiling. This thing's been sideways. So, I mean, I get lost looking at the 1 hour on ES and YM. So that's the morning analysis. And if you pull up the average daily range, we've blown past it, right? For the past 5 days, which makes sense because we've been kind of chopping for the past 5 days. And the smaller the average daily range, like look down here, the daily range has been getting smaller and smaller these last few days. 463, 380, 360, 356. So as the average daily range gets smaller and smaller, you can expect a big move to occur, right? Or a breakout, and combine that with the phase of price we're in. View on gold. Yeah, if you look at the daily, still kind of selling off, just kind of sloppily. 4-hour structure is still bearish, right? Because you're respecting these bearish imbalances, PD arrays. Wrong tool. Up close candles, right? Not really violating these protected highs. Still just heading lower so far. So I see no reason why not target these equal lows down here. It's just kind of doing it on its own terms, sloppily. So you're just kind of seeing these like pops, right? Just to roll over, pops, just to roll over, pops. Just really kind of sloppy. That's my take on gold. Not the cleanest. But you have some equal lows right here that would be nice to target if you were short. Biased. But I'm really interested in this 30-minute. I don't see any 4-hour swings this morning to trade away from for a 15-minute entry on NQ. Potentially, you have one on ES, right? Candle 2 closure. So we could maybe get a 15-minute entry right here on ES. And if that's the case, you can do a framework transfer, which just means take the structure pre-market in this whole 4-hour, these swings on the lower time frames, everything, transfer it over to NASDAQ since it's the strongest. And we can just use these same down close candles that we use on ES to go long. Use them on NQ since it's the strongest one. And use that to go long, right? It's called a framework transfer. You're just transferring the framework from one asset to the other. Obviously, they need to be correlated. And that would align. Think about it. If we close above here in the next 30 minutes for a candle 3 closure on NQ, that aligns with closing above here on a 15-minute. So now we're aligning multiple time frames for this low to stay protected, right? The only sketchy thing is you're entering right at open. And let's think about where we're at right now. Cut on regular trading hours. We are technically gapping up at open. Because right now price is at this red line, pre-market. This is where we closed yesterday. So I think today's going to be a good day. Like I said, I'm mostly interested in the indices today. And even on the 4-hour fractal, right? It's not painting it because we're on a 30-minute. But if you go to 15-minute, right, it paints the 4-hour. You could even enter on a 30-minute. You know, it's all up to you. But I like it when these time frames align. But it makes sense, right, to hit this high. A lot of pending liquidity up here. Hit this high. Speed bump it just to go higher. Let people try and short this. Personally, I'm about to log in. Hold on. Because we might get a setup here at the open. There's a tiny imbalance right here on the 15-minute too. So close above that gives you confidence. But I remember I used to have trouble like longing at all-time highs because like there's nothing to the left to target, you know. Like if you go on the daily, like what kind of where are the daily highs we need to target? There are none, you know. Already been at all-time highs, so that's when you start using projections, fixed R multiples to take profits, trailing properly your stop if you want to hold runners, things like that. Let's keep this marked out. Don't forget. Yeah, sketchy daily candle. There's a true gap here too. Tiny. Like from here to here. So yeah, not really interested in these metals. Mainly looking for this right now. in the next 6 minutes. Ever traded Bitcoin? I've traded it before. I don't trade it currently. I hold crypto like long term. I'm down on it, unfortunately. Actually, I don't know. I need to go look and see. It's been a while since I've looked. Let me pull up my news feed so we don't get trumped. We got 5 minutes till the open. And there's some hourly imbalances right here and here. So we could want to reach into those at the open to go higher. But we'll watch that. Hold on, let me try something. Oh. Okay, this is being annoying. Yeah, so far chill morning. Nice out. Beautiful morning. Been a chill morning. Waiting for the open. Yeah, like if this 4 hour closes candle 2 on gold, I'd look for new low. Maybe even potentially these lows if it wants to sell off with energy. With speed. Do I see a short setup on a 15-minute chart? For which asset? No. I don't see any short setup while we're in here. You need a candle 2 closure, candle 3 closure on on the 4 hour chart for a 15-minute setup. You got to confirm it by closing below here. So if you're talking about setup in terms of my system, no. But maybe you trade a different way. No problem. Yeah, well, it's just kind of sketchy. Like this daily candle has no lower wick. Wait. Like this one does. Really tiny. But like every daily candle has a little wick, right? See? Find me a candle on here that doesn't have a high or a high or low wick, you know, on here. We're on the daily chart right now. Every single candle has one. Except this one right now. So what does that make you think? It's probably going to come back down to the current low a day. Could. You know? Would have been nice if we had swept this high, the previous hourly high. Because I don't see anything that would want to get me short so far. Maybe over on ES? No. But yeah, it's funny. No wick on this daily candle yet. Every single candle the past, I don't know, forever has had wicks on both sides of the body, right? I don't see a single one that doesn't. Maybe here. Open 8850. No, there's one. There's a tiny one. Right here. See? So it's like, it makes you think, like, are we going to come back to the daily opening price today? Because all we did was open and go straight up. In that case, this would not be your typical, like, classic New York reversal daily profile, right? We're using the framework from ES. London mix low of the day, puts in the wick to trade the body higher. That would not be the case. I think it really comes down to watching YM sell off some. See what NQ does, right? Because now we're in these hourly imbalances that I was talking about earlier. Still this one here, it could reach into. But the market is open. So let's see. Didn't really get that closure we wanted. Could get it here though. Right. Just need to see if we get a strong closer above here. I might take a 15-minute long. The 5-minute and 15-minute are looking pretty clean this morning. So those are the days I love. Price be moving. Also, it was hilarious. Because remember, yesterday, remember on the previous stream, like look at the dump we had yesterday afternoon. Slow, choppy, tricky grind up all morning. Candle 2 closure, and then you had the dump into these swings that we were pointing out, right? All these 1 hour failure swings. Took it all out. Rebounded overnight. So we've swept sell side from yesterday, for sure. It has been swept. Let's go look at the side by side. So obviously, talked about how YM's the weakest, Inky the strongest. ES kind of being dragged down by YM, but not as much, right? Because NQ's staying strong. So let's see. If we close above here in a 15-minute, that'll kind of give me some confidence to look for longs. But 9:45 is like our next like candle closure time to be watching. Do you guys like the side-by-side chart for now? Or do you want to watch just one of these? I feel like at the open, it's kind of more fun to watch like the side-by-side. Jay Solar says side-by-side. We got ES, NASDAQ, YM. Yeah, I agree. It's nice to see all three at the open. Sup, Keith? Am I trading anything before 9:30 open? Not today. I pointed out this setup earlier, though, on the 1 hour. Candle 2 closure right here. Off this imbalance. Candle 3 expansion, candle 4 expansion. I was asleep, though. But your only chance of entering was kind of like right here. Closure above. Here, stop here. Ride it out. Maybe even have entered like this on this pop. If you were confident, you know. Fix 2R up here on the deviations. Like that. For this candle 4 expansion. that's pretty much the only pre-market setup I saw. Do I use new day opening gap, new week opening gap? I don't really use those. I'm aware of them. Like you saw me checking the trading hours, right, to see where we were gonna open. But like that's pretty much how I use it. I don't really. I don't like. I don't. What do you say it? I don't require price to have to like fill a gap. I'm just aware that we've opened and it's a possibility at the open. So I'm liking this so far. You know, we've swept. This might sweep this low. We've already kind of swept the same lows here. There's a tiny 1 hour fair value gap that ES is in. Hitting this down close candle that swept this low. So I'm liking this SMT at these lows as well. Imbalance is being hit across the board. Don't really care about YM too much. It's just what I like to monitor about YM is if we do sweep a low, is that the trigger to send everything else higher, right? Because then they'll all sync up. But yeah, about 4.5 minutes till this 15-minute closes. Might just have to hop in on a 15-minute. Let's see. Yeah, you can see like this SMT I drew is painted already for me off the indicator. I just wish it would paint the setup like it would show the strength SMT. Because like right now it's not showing anything. You know? And you might miss it if you're just watching in Q, but if you flip over to ES, you'll see it painted. It's like, because I don't want to trade the weaker one. I want to trade the stronger one. So maybe that's something they can add in. Yeah, if YM can take this out, that'd be nice. Why'd you look at it as like, I don't know. ES is like the S&P 500. It's got 500 companies. NASDAQ 100. YM only has 30, you know? So it's kind of nice to see like chop, up, down. That's just how I have it. Because I grew up. I grew up. I learned trading on ES. Like that was my baby. Then I made the switch. How many 69 handles? Damn. I might have to go stop on the body. Especially if it's gonna keep running. Or maybe get a trade on like a 1 minute, you know? But you kind of have this breaker pattern. High, low, sorry. Low, high, lower, low. Close back above. Breaker pattern, right? Maybe we don't try and get too fancy on a 1 minute trying to put a stop up in here. Maybe we just hop in on a 15. Yeah, well, mainly it's InQ's easier because it actually has direction. This thing just likes to chop, especially because these have been kind of decoupled past few months. But when they all move in sync, like you can get some good setups on ES for sure. You just got to size a little bit heavier because it doesn't move as hard as NASDAQ. Yeah, we want to see this thing close above. We got a minute 30. Just don't know if we're going to get it. If we don't, though, but if we don't close above the opening price right here, but we do get a candle to closure, then maybe we look on a 1 minute for like some kind of continuation off here. You know, still a possibility. Dang, I'm getting a haircut today. I'm washing my car today. I'm picking my bro up from the airport today. Going to the gym. Got a busy day. And if this 15-minute candle really doesn't close how we want it, then we can maybe look for the next, which is going to be 10 o'clock. So we'll get a new 4-hour, new hourly. And if the hourly closed bullish off this imbalance here, candle 2, then maybe we can look for a 5-minute setup, you know? So there's still a lot of opportunity left depending on how this candle closes. Yeah, everyone's invited. Haircut, what do I want to cut? I got to get edged up. See, we had a candle 2 closure here. So let's pop down to the 1 minute, right? This thing would need to turn like right now for me to want to get long. If it just keeps heading lower, then not interested. Gotta get edged, bro. My bum barber. You gotta be quick on these. This would be current high day. Gotta get edged up. No diddy, no oil. So let's watch the lows. Y'all need a barber, yeah. This thing needs to disrespect this imbalance right here. Close above here. There's a 3-hour trade. And look at the -2 lining up with this high. Woohoo! All right, let's lock in. Is 6. Yeah, see, I'm not liking it so far. It's not. So YM swept this low out. Right? You see the S&T paint in real time. And it also swept out this low. So now is that the key to move higher? Right? Let's see. Yeah, YM not looking too hot for longs. Yes, on the 4-hour, not so hot either. NQ's holding strong though. Let's see. If you don't want to close. Also, if it kind of just chops a bit and then 15-minute does want to close above here in the next, next candle at 10, then we can just hop in on 15-minute. Or, yeah, not 30, but 15. Because, like, now this is just looking like chop. We might want to sweep some lows again if it wants to head higher. So I would have preferred this thing to close within like the next few candles above here, and it hasn't. So I don't know if I want to take this trade anymore. Because we're just making, we're kind of getting tighter and tighter now. Consolidation. It's how quick the 1 minute can move. And if it does want to start running, then I'll just look for some kind of continuation entry, right? And we're also about to get a 30-minute closure as well. Does future prop firm have filling issue of order in Euro futures? I mean, if I execute, I want exact run price to be. I have no clue about a filling order. Five-minute barcode. Let's pop out 15-minute chart. Yeah, all we've done was chops for the past hour now. It's 8:45, 9:45, 9:50. I'd rather have barcode now, then give us a setup later, than we get in a setup now and then it barcodes. Smart. Yeah, they patched New York session. It's a shame. I bet people who are swinging overnight are having a lot of fun. We can still get a 5-minute setup. Just want to see it maybe sweep this low one last time. Because I went long these. These down close candles. I want to see us, do something like this right now before we close. Come back in the range. Then head higher. Gold's still doing its thing. Yeah. Pre-market, they were in sync. At the open, not so much. You got this sell-off here. Kind of held strong here. Slight sell-off on ES. I mean, we're seeing a reaction off this low on YM. It'd be funny if it flip-flopped now. This went higher and this started to sell off. That's what we've been seeing. Yeah, I'm looking for 10 a.m. now to tell us what we want to do. There's that new low that you'd want. About 5.5 minutes until this hourly closes. And we just dipped into the, what? This hourly imbalance right here. The last one of this leg. We'll see, man. We talked about that daily wick not having, or the daily candle not having a wick. So all the way down here. That could very well be the move for the morning. Because we're not showing a willingness to go higher yet. I just slowly started cutting through here, and now we're seeing a drop. So maybe that's the move. Short term wise, right? For a scalp. So this is something to keep in mind. Because it is like, you do have these swings. And you've already seen the other assets kind of sell off, right? And you have that true gap right here. It just sucks. There's no like higher time frame swing point to trade away from unless this 4 hour closes here in the next 3 minutes. Candle 2. We'll watch. We'll see how it closes across the board. Yeah, it's these days. It's like you really just need to wait for the open. There's no really clear daily profile. Hold up. I just got an alert for something. I just want to check something out. Not futures. Damn. Intel's up. What a move. What a move. Indices. All right. We got a minute till this 4 hour candle closes. Let's see. It's not the most bullish candle. But yeah, I want to see how the 4 hour closes, and I want to see how this 15 minute, 30 minute, 1 hour, all across the board how they close. So far, I'm liking this 15 minute off these imbalances and the 1 hour imbalances. And you got plenty of swings to target to the upside. We've been sweeping lows. Inverse this fair value gap here. Could even get a 30-minute candle 2 closure for a 3-minute entry. Yeah. All right, 4 hour. So there it is. Didn't get a candle 2 here. Got it here on the 1 hour. No 30-minute. You did get a 15-minute, so let's see how this 15-minute plays out. Maybe we'll get like a scalp, a small little long scalp on a 1 minute. This is kind of annoying. Like this, if it is gonna go lower and put in a wick on the daily to the downside, it's not really like the cleanest run. So like if it kind of just keeps like chopping down. That's the annoying thing. So we just made a new low on a 15-minute on YM. Haven't done so here or here yet. Need to close above here to confirm. Actually, this looks kind of decent right here. Stop here. This is protected if we close above here. And then target up here. I might take a stab. Will get me in. Why is it frozen? Bruh. I need a new PC. You guys seeing this? My whole screen's frozen. I don't know what to do. Am I in or not? See, this is the shit. Okay, I'm in. Fuck that shit. That's annoying. Super tight SL. If I get stopped here, I gotta check something. That's annoying. Yeah, those market orders, man. I do not like that. How it froze on me. Sketch. Okay. I gotta check something, make sure I didn't get like crazy. Okay, we're good. Yeah, that was. I don't know what the fuck that was. Yeah, maybe I'm a little early on the longs. Not a fan of that freezing. I just had PTSD from when I got. And look at this thing, bro. Ain't no way. Maybe my stop was too tight. You know what? I'm an idiot. We didn't even close above here to confirm it. That's an error right there on my part. That's an error on my end. Entered too early because we didn't confirm this candle 2 closure, right? I just got in with the closure above here. That's a bitch and a half. Always retry, right? But it needs to close above here. She ready now? I'm scared. I'm scared to do it again because I literally got frozen. Let's see, I want to close. It needs to close above this blue line. I feel like it's gonna freeze on me again. But yeah, this trade, I did not wait for the closure above here. So I shouldn't have even been in that, for being honest. Like we need here, right? But this thing is just like back and forth. I'm awaiting. Yeah, I'm kind of upset about this trade. But we live and learn. Not gonna let it affect the next opportunity. Yeah, this shit. Not looking too hot. Honestly, he's not the biggest fan of the setup anymore. It could definitely run, but why do I want to enter on 1 minute? Because of the candle 2 closure. Well, honestly, like at this point, I'm not saying you can enter on like a 15, but yeah, who wants an 85 handle stop? Like technically, did we close above? Yeah, so I could get in here, stop here, but I might just wait. 5 minutes left in this candle. I could wait for the next 15 minute. That's probably what I'll do. Just annoying I got ticked out on this low when I shouldn't have been in the trade. I should have waited till here, stop here, and we'd be cooking, right? That's just an error on my end. Unfortunate. Just got ahead of myself right here. So let's monitor this trade that we probably would be in, right? Enter here, stop here. I'm gonna wait for this new 15-minute candle before I do anything else to see. But it's looking, decent. So far, at least. Cause see how we didn't paint the change state delivery until we closed above. Like I didn't draw this line. This is indicator. See. So yeah, you need the candle to closure, but you also need to confirm it on the lower time frames, which we didn't have here on this closure above this down close candle, swing low, and then it came down, swiped it one last time before moving higher. Right. I should have waited for price to close above. Here. Stop here, and we'd be cooking in oil. Well, that's a 5K mistake, I guess. Let me see how much I lost on that. Oh, it's not that bad. 3,000. I think because I got my entry with the freeze on the market order got me in with that many cons, just way closer to my stop. So I wasn't even risking like full size on that. SMT is even better because that means the reversals potential, right? Cracking correlation between correlated assets means potential for reversals, right? A reversal from what? This downtrend. So you're seeing it pump now, right? So should be in the trade here. Shouldn't have gotten stopped out there. Shouldn't even been in that position. Just annoying now that it's running. Lame at. Let's peek at everything else real quick. Because you're about to get a candle 3 as well. Maybe we get a 3-minute entry. Doesn't have to be 1 minute. Put in a little 3-minute gap here. New 30-minute candle. Hell, I'll even take a 1-minute entry, right? Take out these little highs here, these equal highs. Put in some kind of retracement to some imbalances here. Swing low to go higher. About 1:20 to the next 15-minute candle. So analysis on point, just dumbass execution by me. Getting ahead of myself. Oh yeah, this low right here. Yeah, if you look at YM's kind of just chopping. But yeah, that's why I feel comfortable putting my stop here. Tiny imbalance here. But yeah, I'll be in my journal. I'll be on TradeZella journaling that mistake. For sure. I'm saying, man, these lower time frames get you excited. And then your gunshot to take the next setup, right? Because not only did you make a mistake execution wise, but that freeze right there, where I didn't know, like, if I was in a position, right, what was gonna happen for like 30 seconds, you know, like that fucks with your head. So, because like my candles were literally frozen, I couldn't see like what was going on. Just annoying. But right here, if we close above here, we'll try a continuation. Also hit this 3-minute imbalance right here. I don't see any gaps on a lower time frame, 5, 15, 30, anywhere in here. So I'm just scared to market order in again. Like, am I gonna get frozen again? Maybe I just set a limit instead, or just like market it and let it ride. Maybe we'll just set a limit. I don't want to get frozen on, and if it just runs, that sucks. But I'm thinking limits the move. That's how we got our win on Friday last week. No closure yet. I want to see it close above here on this candle. Everything else is starting to get in sync. Starting to see everything else pop, which is nice. Also, if we come down and sweep this low, something like this, it'd be fine too. I could get in down with an even better entry, which it looks like it wants to do. Because what you'll notice is sometimes, I've said it before on other streams, we take out liquidity, it'll sweep a protected low, which this is low isn't protected yet. We haven't closed above, but it'll sweep out liquidity one last time to move higher. So even better if it does that. But yeah, when I take trades like that are execution mistakes, it's not the money that upsets you, right? It's like you not following your process or like getting ahead of yourself. Like that's the part that makes you the most upset. Like I don't care about the dollar amount, right? It's not the money to me. It's the fact that like I didn't wait for all the pieces to align before I got in, right? And then you take the L, get wicked out because of it, and then it runs. Like that's the worst part about it. It's not the money. It's the You're deviating from your process, and you pay the price for it. But I want to see this low swept now. I wouldn't take the trade if it closed back above here. It's taking too long. But yeah, the turn on the executions is brutal. Hop in here, sell out here. Brutal. But also, like, the hardest thing for me is like try not to be so hard on myself because like everyone makes mistakes, right? But the longer you like harp on it and fixate on it, it's only going to distract you from clearing your head. Keep beating yourself over it, right? There's you can be hard on yourself, but you don't have to beat yourself up over it constantly. The more you harp on it, you put all your energy into like that versus preparing for the next setup, right? So now, like I said, I want to see this low swept or something like this. If we are going to continue higher. But see how like the 50% gets respected here on this 15-minute wick? When it opens, respects it, goes higher. You kind of want to see the same thing here, right? 50% is this red line on this previous 15-minute candle. So we're looking for this. There's the low. Closure back inside the range. Close above here and I'll go long. See what everything else is doing. Maybe even wait for a 3-minute. Yeah, but 26 handle stop is short, is pretty tight in my opinion. In these conditions. Yeah, your boy needs to get a new PC. No closure yet. If it kind of continues to just chop, I'll probably wait for a 3-minute, 30-minute closure. Because so far this is an inside bar on 15-minute. I'd love it to kind of just pop up here. I can hop in. Maybe even adjust my TP. Did we try the market order again? No closure. Lame. So now I'm watching this low. Also, 3-minute setup. Haven't had the closure yet. 5 more minutes until this candle 3 closure on the 30-minute. But the 1 minute's looking kind of choppy, so maybe we should watch this for now. Dude, look at ES 1 minute. Hold on. Yo. The hell? NQ 1 minute, or YM 1 minute. Gross. Yeah, I'm looking for a continuation entry. Right? Don't want to just blindly buy fair value gaps in this leg. It would need to close above these down close candles. And if it keeps selling off, like my eyes just goes back down here to this daily open with no wick. You know? Like I'd be getting stopped out break even. Once we hit these highs right here, my stop would have gone break even on this trade. So about to get a candle 2 closure 30-minute right here. I'd have to confirm here though. What's up, Miss Darth Vader? Just waiting on the market to get better. The usual. Barcode on the 15-minute. Still got a minute till this 30-minute candle closes. If we can close back up here, I might put a stop on the bodies and try and get a little 2R. It needs to close above the opening price right here. Wait, sorry. That's the closing price. Opening price right here. Of this candle. Right? And it kind of looks like a little like A, M, D, you know? It needs to hold here and close candle 3. Or I'm not interested. Yeah, see, no closure. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Everything else shopping as well. He said, I'm not sure I say your name, but he said, wow, what is this price action? I agree. It's to give all your gains back. Classic Friday price action. We got 27 likes on the stream. Nice, nice. Appreciate you guys. Let's say I'm down 1.5 R this week so far. All it takes is one winner to get us in the green. Little 2R. Oh, the setups were looking so good, man. And then we started chopping at 9:30. Like, look at the clean, then chop. Then Dookie. The setups have been Dookie. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Who's in charge of this? Ready to see a move? Finally time, 10:30. YM. Initiate chop protocol. Is it a crime? Don't judge me if I want to long this. Oh, I mean, you have equal highs now. And this is looking kind of promising. 3, 2, 1, chop. 3, 2, 1, boom. This is me right now. Throwing up into the trash can at how bad this price action is. Buns. Yeah, so on this trade, I would have been stopped at break even. My stop would have been here. I'm targeting like up here. You're not even getting like a 2R, right? So we would have hit these highs. I would have gone break even. Gotten stopped out for break even. So instead of being down 1R, half an R, I guess, we'd be down nothing. Making me tired. Put me to sleep. Anyone else falling asleep at this price action, or is it just me? It just feels like it's been in no hurry to do anything for the whole week. Who's on the 15-second chart trading this? Anybody? 15-second chart. Head and shoulders, I swear. Here it goes. Head and shoulders. Off the 5-minute closure. Clear targets. Just watch, man. It's going to play out. We ain't joking. Look at that. What's up? Boom. First TP. So stupid. You guys like the analysis? You'd be so quick to trade this. Like, imagine I'm getting frozen and I'm already stopped out before I even get in on my market order. Even this looks like a little, you know, head and shoulder kind of thing. Look at that. Bang. Well, 5-minute closure. You got Zach on a 15-second chart right now. I just don't see anything that I like. Like even this closure above here on the swing low. Gold. Yeah, an entry here wouldn't have been bad. Like this. I guess this candle. Damn. It's tough to get a bias on these based on the daily. I guess you could play off previous day low. But look at the weekly on gold. Just been kind of sideways. Yeah. Like it might look clean here, but like in hindsight, like realistically, am I gonna trade that after like here? I don't know. Tough to say. Especially with like what the trend's been, you know? Like today of all days, we're gonna decide to get out of this 4-hour bearish structure. Yeah, exactly. The pop to drop. All of a sudden today it works. I still think we're gonna go higher. It's just like when. Everything else, like hourly, looks pretty good. Like we're spending these imbalances here. They're holding. We swept the low here. It's just like taking its sweet, sweet time. It's like bullish setup, bearish setup, bullish setup. Oh, brother. Not seeing much. Like I do like this like swing. It's just on a 5 minute, there's no like real POI. That 15-second move played out off here. Swept the low, the consolidation and went higher. Off these two candles. I'm not a scalper like that though. 1 minute is all I'll do. But you're about to get a candle 3 closure here at 11. If we close above this opening price. But yeah, Louis mentions why I am shorting. We just hit this 15-minute imbalance, closed candle 2. You need this thing to drop like pretty much now. Yeah, this is like, hold up. Hold my beer. I'm going for highs. She's a brick. House. All right, we just took out all this. Now what? We just took it all out. Like all this has been swept. Right. Look at the reaction there so far. I'm watching this 15-minute candle. Need to see how it reacts around at the high right here. Tiny imbalance right there. 50. Yeah. But there's a little handle imbalance. Here and here. Just hit the opening price of this. This high time frame 15-minute candle. Hit the opening price of that. Yeah, man, did we try it again? I don't know. We have 10 minutes until 11 o'clock. Part of me is like, screw this lower time frame noise. Just wait for 11. We've seen YM sell. Taking out external or these lows here. Yeah. He says let it go. I think he's right. Like, let's get off these lower time frames. Fun to watch them, but like all you're doing is watching a barcode so far. Let's see how 11 o'clock plays out. Because maybe the setup is a 5-minute setup, right? This is like the last thing I see, really. Close candle 3 on the hourly. Come down to this imbalance. Put in a protected swing that we can right at 11 o'clock. It could do it right now, actually. It can do something like this. Come down, close above right at 11 o'clock. I can enter right at 11, stop here on the protected swing that's already formed. And look for highs, right? That's pretty much the only thing I'm seeing because we've already closed above here. And that's the play. Just to wait. That's it. That's our last hope. Yeah, if we don't get the 3-2-1 boom, I agree. It looks. If it was going to do it, I feel like it would. This morning, it would do it off the structure here. There ain't no way. Ooh. Gotta wake up. Like, we were looking good. And then we opened. That's been the theme. Market opens, chop you to bits. You don't get a piece of the move. No move for you. All right, 6 minutes until this new hourly candle forms. This one closes. Get a new one. Let's do a poll. Do we get a 5-minute setup? Yes or no? So we get a 1 hour slash 5 minute setup, right? 1 hour, 5 minute setup. Could be one of those days where it's delayed. So far, 3 votes for no. All right, 5 votes. 20% say yes. Majority saying no. I'll let this poll stay up until 11. Once this candle closes, we'll close it. Yeah, when the market order freezes like that, I'm assuming it's my computer. I've never had that problem before ever until I started streaming. So I'm assuming it's because my computer is trying to calculate how many contracts I can get in with the market order. At the same time, it's streaming. And it has to compute that, to do that math when I'm market ordering in. It takes some brain power. So it might be time to upgrade. Just go get lunch, little bro. No, I want to gamble. Here's your gold. Yeah, I have 16 gigs of RAM. I want to get a whole new PC. This thing's built from like 2016. Shit. Ew, look at why I'm. What a tease, bruh. All right, 2 minutes. Two minutes, and I'm closing the poll. And we're getting a new 11 o'clock 1 hour candle. We got 35 likes on the stream. I appreciate you guys. Thought about pumping some more money in my account now that the market's been moving, but this week has kind of like wanting me to not do that. Just keep it in my bank account. To size up a little bit. All right. New candle. Candle 3. What are we going to do? Polls closing. Majority saying no. We won't get a 5-minute setup. And so far, I kind of agree. Nothing in here. Unless it comes down to this imbalance. It'd be a pretty deep retracement. Which you probably wouldn't want to see anyways. But people who said yes, I applaud your optimism. You're in a candle 4 in the 15-minute right now. Yeah, and it's funny. The most frustrating thing is like you know where it wants to go. It just either does it very, very slowly, just kind of grinds there, or it doesn't give you a setup and it just runs. It's like those are the most annoying things. I feel like generally that's what you get in a news-driven market. It's like it just news comes out, boom, it starts running, or there is no news. Everyone's sitting on their hands because they're scared, and we just kind of grind to a target because there's no one really participating. Who's spamming hearts? Well, if we go look at that looks like ass. Uh, at least this has some kind of like structure, right? Hmm. Yeah, that's the sus face. That eyes wide open. Not. Not hot. So obviously, this high, and this high. What were my targets from earlier? I just swept the previous hourly high. Right here. I don't know, man. It's getting kind of. I don't think we're gonna get the setup. I don't think we're gonna get anything else, which is unfortunate. But hasn't been a terrible week. It's been very tricky. Very tricky. All right, here's Monday. Kind of just like a back and forth grind higher after hitting all-time highs last week. Unfortunately, not a lot of opportunity in the mornings, at least. Overnight, maybe, or at 3 o'clock on this dump. I don't know if anyone caught that, but she not looking primed anymore. And like YM, I can see why you want to short it. 30-minute closure here. Hasn't confirmed yet below this opening price. Yes. Basically synced up with NQ. Right? And the volume today, we've done 50% or so of the volume for the past 20 days. And it's 11 o'clock. Generally, you want to do like, if you see like 50% by 10, that's like a good sign that we could run some. Or even better if you do like 50% by like 9:30. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it, honestly. I don't really see much to do. I mean, we could retrace all the way down here and go higher, but like I don't really see that happening. And if it does, by the time it does it, it'll be like lunch and give us a setup, right? So I don't see much to do anymore. I mean, gold. Nothing. No inside bars. No real swing points. Silver just in this consolidation right here. So I think we'll call it here. If you guys enjoyed the stream, appreciate it. Drop a like. Subscribe if you're new. And I'll go ahead and put my socials in the chat if you guys want to follow me on there as well. But like, subscribe if you're new. You get notifications when I go live in the future. And I'll catch you guys in the next stream next week. Peace out.